It's mystereonamusic.com. Go there. You can find the whole 4-minute song if you're interested in that, if you like our theme song. And
also link that in the show notes every week.
Yes, and that is in the show notes. So let's get right into the recap.
Okay.
Week.
Are we sure? I could like to put off this first scene
Really?
as long as possible.
You don't want to go right into it?
Yeah, it's like we could go into an exciting recap, or we could just let the listener hang with that because it's basically wasted space. That has
Sure. Bring the music back up.
Relevant.
A little bit. Yeah, that's what I want to do.
I'm just gonna tease it some more.
All right, recap time. So Andrea and Amy basically discover their dad while fishing here.
That's basically what the writers did to us. We don't give a shit about Andrea and Amy. We want to find out what happened to Merle, but no, we get treated to a fishing scene.
Yeah, I mean, I understand what they're trying to do here, right?
Make sense.
They're trying to connect those two characters so that we feel something at the end when she dies.
But I don't. It was dumb.
Yeah, it wasn't a very good scene because to me it was just their dad fucking with him.
Right.
Like,
what possible reason could one of them have to catch the fish and one of them have to let... Is he trying to make one of his daughters a whore? I mean, that's what I got from that metaphor.
Or one of them a badass and one of them a super wimp? Like,
yeah.
I don't know.
We're so different. We're both blonde-eyed, fair-skinned, blue-eyed, blonde-haired, fair-skinned.
Yeah, they couldn't have picked any two actresses who look more alike for this. And yet...
I don't get
totally
it. How
different.
does that, one's a fly fisher and one's a sinkler? And,
They tie different knots.
how does that have to... What dad does that? I'm going with he was just fucking with them option.
Yeah, psychopath.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Yeah, your dad was mentally and emotionally abusive, girls.
And one of them, he taught to look pretty when they smiled.
Yeah. And the other, he trained to be savage.
To be Andrea, yeah.
Yeah, I thought it'd be funny, though, if Andrea's like... Now you know what Dad said about crying. They're crying in a fishing boat, and Amy's like, Dad taught me just to sob uncontrollably.
The whole fishing trip. I'd hate to go fishing with her. Okay, anyway, so after that horrible scene, there's a quick shot of Jim digging up graves, basically, on the hill is what I... Did anybody not get that he was digging graves?
Oh, yeah. He's
Like,
digging holes.
Yeah, but he's obviously digging them for bodies, right?
He wasn't digging them for worms. I mean, if that's what you're asking me. Yeah, I mean, they were graves.
Well, they revealed it at the end like it was this big thing. Oh, now I remember why I was digging. We knew all along, man.
Right, but we didn't know. He basically had a clairvoyant dream.
Yeah, he had some sort of premonition.
But he didn't remember that until the attack had happened, I guess. He remembered there was some kind of dream causing him to. But, I mean, that's kind of crazy. It was very... thematic and kind of neat, but it didn't really make much sense. And I think, wasn't that scene pretty much shot for shot in the comic book?
I think it was, yeah.
And I think that this fit much better. Wow, much better. It fit a lot better in the comic than it did on the screen.
Did your dad teach your brother to speak properly?
Yeah, and me to talk in a Pigeon Hill Jack accent. But no, I thought that this would have worked in the comic, but on the small screen, it just seemed overly dramatic and not believable in the universe that Walking Dead inhabits. Sure,
I can go with that. So then we come back from the introduction of the show, and we get the rooftop scene with Daryl, the one we've been waiting for since last week. He basically sees the hand, and he's pissed off, and he threatens to kill T-Dog. And Rick says, no, I'm not having any of that, with a pretty damn big weapon pointed to his head.
Yeah, you think that he would actually kill Daryl there?
He said he would. I mean, he said, I'm on his side. I'll do this. I don't care what walkers hear me.
Right.
So I believed him.
Yeah.
I think he would. I don't have much more to say about that scene. I mean, it was a cool scene. Every scene that Daryl's in, I love.
Plus, he's like, you can tell his brother's just in awe of, Merle.
Yeah.
Like, he's talking about what a tough son of a bitch is. And
crapping out nails.
Yeah. Feed him a hammer, crap out nails. So it's like, I thought that was kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Anyway, go ahead.
So then Dale actually goes up to the hill and confronts Jim, or tries to anyway, but Jim just totally ignores him. Keeps digging. And Dale, being a huge puss, doesn't do anything. I mean, Shane comes up later and actually says, hey, what are you doing? Right. And tries to get a response or something from him. But Dale doesn't do that.
The ladies did deliver a piss pot full of fish.
Yeah, they had a ton of fish.
I almost think that's why they tacked that scene on, because that explained why the theme of this episode was the survivors are getting their shit together. It's like, we're not going to have to survive off meager rations. We've caught some fish, and we've engineered this new fire pit so we can burn a proper fire. And everybody's coming together with all this stuff.
And you mentioned that they still have beer at the camp.
Yeah, it's like, they've did a successful job of scavenging. So it's like this episode is definitely heading towards an up-tempo note.
Yeah. Before Amy and Andrea come back with fishes, though, they're actually still tracking Merle. It cuts back to them, and they see that he's cauterized his wound on the stove.
Yeah.
And the one thing I didn't mention when they were up on the rooftop was where Daryl sticks the hand in Glenn's bag.
Yeah.
Which is freaking
for me.
hilarious, the look on Glenn's face. He's like, I cannot believe he's doing this, but I can't do anything about it.
Right. Daryl would id me if I even opened my mouth at this point.
Yeah, he's up there with three dudes who are, in their own rights, badasses. Like, T-Dog at this point is a big badass, I'd say. He stood up to Merle. Like, he's doing his thing, you know?
Yeah, he beat some zombies to death with baseball bats earlier in episode 2.
Exactly. And Glenn, while he's, good at tactics, he's not the fighter that these guys are.
Right.
Anyway, so then Andrea and Amy come back with the fishes, and Dale says that they have a problem.
Right.
And that's when... well, actually, no. It still doesn't happen. They have a whole bunch of these scenes chopped up here.
Yeah, it's tough to recap that way.
It is, yeah. But basically, the group in the city finds all that stuff, and what do they do?
Well, see, Daryl wants to just take to the streets and start finding Merle, and Rick's like, that's crazy, you'll never make it, but if you calm down, we'll all help you. And T-Dog says, well, I'm in, but I want to make sure we have more than just my good intentions. He don't want to go out there with just a dick in his hand.
Yeah, so he wants the guns.
Got the guns first, then they can look for Merle.
Yeah. So then Jim is still digging up on the hill, and Shane leads the group up there to actually confront him. And Jim attacks Shane with a shovel.
Yeah.
What do you think of that? Smart move, bad move?
It's a move.
It is a move.
I think that the problem here is that, Shane has kind of freaked Jim out. Not that Jim...
Well, Jim has freaked everyone else out.
Right, but not to disagree with, Shane's no tolerance of women being abused policy and the beating the shit out of woman abusers policy. But
Ed, yeah.
I think that Jim sees that and is like, suddenly he's kind of scared of this group dynamic and his brain goes a little crazy. Maybe he did get a little heat stroke and started, digging that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I was wondering really what is Jim's problem up there. I mean, he tells it a little bit later on. He's basically... He had that dream, but he's also feeling very guilty about watching his family die and running away.
Right.
Which he explains right there when Shane attacks him, But
it's interesting what he said. I'm going to, because I feel like there's a lot of foreshadowing this episode and things that people say, and I'm going to just bold those, and we'll talk about in the spoiler section. Because again, we don't do spoilers on cast, but at the end of the cast, we play a musical interlude, and then we talk spoilers exclusively.
Yeah.
So don't worry about being spoiled. We'll make sure we warn you. Have plenty of time to switch off the iPad or the Zune or the Windows Media Player, or your
whatever player
82p enabled radio in your car. Whatever.
Yeah, maybe they convert these to records and then play them on there.
Oh.
Yeah.
Burn into wax cylinder.
Yeah, we're going to start selling records, actual vinyl
LPs
recordings of the podcast.
We sound warmer.
We do.
All right, moving on.
So then Glenn is basically planning the search for Merle. He's doing all the tactics. He's saying, hey, I'm going to go around this way. If I get cut off, I'm going to head this way.
He's got some balls for a Chinaman.
According to Daryl, yes, he does. But he's Korean. Yeah, we find that out. But Daryl's pretty impressed by Glenn here. He's like, man, what did you do before this all went down? He's like, I'm a pizza delivery guy.
Right.
So he knows the streets, and I don't know pizza delivery guys run away from zombies very often.
Well, he's a gamer. I mean, you definitely know. Well, shoot, I guess that's a mild spoiler.
That's not a spoiler.
See, look at Glenn. Come on. He's a nerd. He's a geek.
Yeah.
He's a pizza delivery boy. You're telling me he doesn't play Counter-Strike at night? Come on.
Yeah.
Modern Warfare, I guess, what the kids play nowadays.
I wonder how much of Glenn was influenced by, kind of the zombie geeks who, like plan all this stuff out. And
Oh, maybe.
I wonder if he's supposed to be kind of those people in this scenario.
See, I thought like as a gamer, he just had the like real time strategy or turn based strategy.
Yeah.
Chops. Like here's the assets and here's the terrain, and I'm going to take max. Cover
Yeah,
my
yeah.
different firing ranges. So
Definitely. So then Daryl, they all go out and they try to implement this plan. Daryl gets attacked. Gets viciously beaten.
with baseball bats.
Yeah, aluminum baseball bats, and then puts an arrow in a guy's ass.
Yeah,
Which-
even seconds after being beat to the ground with an aluminum baseball bat.
Yeah, he's back up immediately.
That's resilient, man.
Slinging crossbow bolts. Mm-hmm. That's pretty cool. And Glenn gets taken, basically, by these guys.
Right.
And then the zombies swarm in, and they don't have time to go after him. How did they figure out where they went? Did you... Oh, they interrogate the guy. Yeah.
the kid.
Okay. So anyway, Jim is tied to a tree, and Shane tries to figure out what the hell's going on with him. He asks him, what was that all about? And Jim tries to give this weird pep talk to the kids and Lori.
Yeah, he's
Like
still
about
in creepy
Rick.
mode, right?
Like, oh, don't worry, your dad's coming back. Sure as shit.
He's tough as nails.
What was that? Didn't make any sense to me. Why would he be doing that? 'Cause I know he scared the kids a little bit, but
I think he's trying to convince people that he's like not crazy anymore
yeah.
and doing a very bad job of it.
By being even creepier.
Yeah, right.
Good job, man.
Uh-huh.
So then the interrogation happens. Daryl and Rick, and this.
Well, the
is-
other thing is something that Jim says to Lori that I think is something that affects her character in a major way is, you keep your boy close, never let him out of your sight.
Yeah.
So anyway, I just want to call attention to that.
Okay. So then the interrogation happens, and this is one of my favorite scenes in the whole
Right.
episode, where Daryl basically wants to kill this kid.
He's like a bad cop, except for he's not playing.
No, he's not.
He's
really
just
not.
legitimately a bad cop.
And that's how I feel about the actor Norman Reedus. Like,
Yeah.
he is not there to play. He's
No.
not pretending anything. If he could have got that kick to the head in,
Right.
he would have taken it on set.
Totally.
But yeah, he's swinging for the fences, and he finally dumps the hand in his lap, says, you see what happened to the last guy
Uh-huh.
I
Pissed me
interrogated?
off.
Yeah, just dropped the hand into the kid's lap. That was effective.
Oh, yeah.
And very cool. Like it totally pays off that he put that hand in Glenn's bag there. Mm-hmm. So then they get the information out of Mini Vato. They head over to the Vato's headquarters with him in tow and confront the Guillermo. Is that his name?
Guillermo, I don't know.
I think it's Guillermo.
G.
Yeah, as the kid calls
Guy
him.
who's running his place.
So what do you think about this first confrontation?
I thought it was good. I like the whole
Yeah.
concept of like, here's this gang trying to consolidate power in Atlanta, and Rick and his little group have run afoul. And I kind of thought it was interesting that they're like basically in this world's morality that this cop had no more standing than this gangster.
Yeah.
There was guns on the street. His people need him. My people. It's like, before you have a cop versus gang, it's like clear cut.
Mm-hmm. Good guy, bad guy.
Good guy, bad guy. But now it's like, what
Yeah.
you want to root for the cop, but you have to kind of think about why.
Sure, definitely. I mean, the way they saw it, each of them had one of the other guy's people, and they're kind of right. The gangsters were attacked. I mean, Daryl had a crossbow on that kid.
Right.
The other guys, he was screaming for
these
his
guys
his
literally just
buddies.
came by because they saw a bag of guns on the streets. Like,
Yeah.
we're going to go pick them up. And then all of a sudden, this crazy redneck starts, screaming at this guy and hitting him in the face with a buttstock.
Yeah, I would feel pretty justified in saying, "Hey, you attacked us."
So then they did a little standoff poker.
Mm-hmm.
Rick threw in a sniper in the pot, and G raised him a flying Glenn.
Yeah,
But I thought that was pretty crazy prepared. It's like, hey, take our hostage up to the roof, put a bag over his head, and we might need to chuck him off. You just never know in this negotiation.
Yeah,
Because they weren't expecting them. That's the other thing.
yeah. Well, they were the second time because
No, this is the first time.
no. The first time they went in, there was a
Bullshit.
standoff, and
And they had Glenn up on the roof, ready to go. Like they had expected this to happen the whole time.
You might be right about that.
I know I'm right.
Okay. Yeah, that's a little weird then. If they had
So
that,
I just thought
if they'd expected it.
it's kind of a little fast when the writers pulled on us.
Sure,
Not
sure.
the first of many that they try to get past us.
So then they leave and they decide what they're going to do.
They're having a debate.
And Daryl can't believe that they're going to give him the guns, and then
They're
Rick
worth more
says,
than
"Well, I
gold."
didn't say that."
Right.
And so they
think-
go, "Yeah,
You think the little G, the little Vatos,
Mini, yeah,
was
Mini.
a little stressed out and uptight for someone with a marijuana leaf tattooed on his neck?
well, maybe he'd been off of it for a while."
I just think the gang tattoos in this episode were hilarious. I'm going to point out a couple others as we go along too.
All right, awesome. So then they go back and they confront the Vatos again. They come back locked and loaded, like you said. Some really good tension being built here.
Right.
I really like the tension between Rick and the head of the Vatos, Guillermo.
Yeah, they're both cool customers.
And I really felt that Rick was there to just unload on people if they wouldn't give him Glenn.
Because
He said it. He's going to the mat for Glenn because Glenn did the same for him.
Yep. He was going to start blasting. And that was I was literally, when I was watching and I remember thinking, my God, how are they going to get out of this situation? Because, they're armed to the teeth, but they're outnumbered at least 2-1.
Yeah, and then, of course, how they get out of it is total bullshit. His grandma comes out and says, "Oh, we need the medicine." And it fizzles. I didn't like that it fizzled. I wanted somebody to back down here. I wanted to see Rick, show a pair and have this guy back down because he didn't want to die.
Yeah, what were the writers thinking? Because this just didn't work. Do you think that they were afraid of showing these Latinos in a stereotype gangster role? And they pulled the switcheroo as like, oh, they're actually the only ones, all the rich, wealthy white doctors and staff ran off, and the Latinos are the only ones that cared for these people.
Yeah, that's possible. My other thing is I wonder if they weren't just trying to say nothing is as it seems in this world,
Right.
Like these people who you assume right off the bat are horrible people, they're gangsters, whatever. Then they turn out to be defending this old folks' home.
See, I would surmise that gangs would be the ones that do survive. I wouldn't put my money on the nursing homes.
Yeah. Well, they explain the way this gang kind of formed is that
some honest to God
Felipe,
gangster, right?
Yeah, Felipe was back there. He's actually a nurse. He was back there helping his mother or whatever.
Guillermo's a janitor.
And people came to the nursing home looking for their grandparents and their family, and they just decided to stay.
And I guess they were actually gang members, they implied. The Vatos was a real gang, and their members would drop by to look after their parents and then stay because they saw how bad it was.
Exactly.
But again, that's a way of taking this stereotype and then saying, see, they're good people.
Yeah, that's definitely what they were doing.
But I don't know, kind of, again, I thought it was a little on the weak side.
Yeah. So Rick gives him weapons and ammo after talking it out, hugging it out. We see a couple tattoos. You want to talk about one of the tattoos?
Oh, Felipe has a pair of lips tattooed.
Yes, he
A
does.
pair of women's red lips tattooed to the side of his head.
Yeah, what the fuck, man?
I mean, I've seen guys run around that.
That's macho.
I've seen guys run around that tattoo on their neck, which I still think is kind of weird, like a permanent hickey. But to have one on the side of your dome, what the fuck?
Maybe he wanted it somewhere that he could cover up if he ever chose to. Just grow it
Kiss
there
me
out.
where the sun shines on a regular daily basis. It doesn't have the same ring to it.
No,
as
not
where
at
the
all.
sun does not shine. I also love that, if you're watching this episode with this listener, look at Andrew Lincoln's face from the moment the grandma comes out until the end of the episode. That's basically the viewer's face.
Just
what? What is happening? What am I seeing?
None of this makes sense.
Yeah. I also think that this speech with Guillermo is kind of some foreshadowing because he talks about the people we've come across have been the worst cops you can imagine. I know that the creators want to take the show there in that direction to show, these survivors. So far, it's been mostly zombie-based conflict.
Yeah.
But this is a little taste of when you actually run across the less savory portion of the still living population.
Certainly. I mean, that's a big part of the zombie genre is
Right.
not just the dead, but the living and the breakdown of society that happens and the chaos. So then they head back to the van and they find it missing and they assume that Merle has taken it. Do you think Merle has taken it?
I thought Merle had taken it when I saw that, and I was really worried about them getting back to the camp on time because
Yeah.
Merle was going to. I believe Merle was going to fuck shit up.
Yeah, they made it sound like Merle's going to rain some shit down on the camp. But it turns out he doesn't have anything to do with that. Unless maybe he does. Maybe he's the one who led the zombies up there.
Yeah, he packed a moving truck full of zombies
And just dropped them
with
off.
his bare hands.
Yep.
Awesome. I think that's exactly what happened.
One-handed. Yep. So then Andrea's trying to put together a birthday gift for Amy. Do something nice for her, but she
Right.
can't find any wrapping paper.
Right?
Dale looks around. Dale finds some toilet paper and wraps it up. No, I assume, what else are you going to use out there?
I don't know. Dip it in earwax.
You suggested poison ivy, which I
poison ivy leaf.
I thought about and then dismissed. Yeah, not a good idea.
Well, she's only got a 1 in 3 and 4 chance of being allergic to it.
Oh.
No, I guess a 3 out of 4 chance.
Oh, that's...
She's got a 1 in
that's
4 chance of it not affecting her hands at all. So I would go with the poison ivy. It's a pretty leaf.
Sure, better chance at a zombie bite, that's for sure. But Jim has settled down.
Fun fact.
Yeah.
Urushiol, the active substance in poison ivy, repels zombies.
Is that true?
Yep. So
That's part of the lore in
That's
this
part of the lore.
in this series. Awesome. So
Robert
they should just go
Kirkman
rolling
talked
it.
about that on the Talking,
Talking
Dead.
Dead.
Yeah.
Sure.
Spoiler alert.
So Jim settles down, and then Shane decides he's going to release him, which I think is an awesome thing because at the end, Jim kills more zombies than practically anybody.
Yeah,
he's
goes
out there
on a
swinging
rampage.
a hammer or a bat or something.
Yeah.
I think it's a bat.
It's a hoe.
That's a hoe. He's swinging a hoe. Yeah, but he lets him go. And then we check back in briefly with Ed, who is looking pretty beat up. He looks pretty brutalized.
Yeah, he's going to have a long recovery ahead. I'm actually surprised he's not worse as a savage a beating that.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it looked pretty good to me.
I thought the day after, and I'm sure that his bones and he had some facial bones break.
Yeah, that's true.
I would think it would be black.
Yeah,
And he had those kind of light green bruises like they'd been healing. I figured his face would be raccooned for sure.
and it seems like he's either a really tough dude or none of the bones were broken because he's not visibly in pain.
No.
He's just kind of like, yeah, whatever. I got beat up. I don't want to go out there.
Although creepily, he does want his daughter to stay behind to help keep him company.
Yeah, super creepy.
That made me throw up my mouth a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know the exact relationship there, but that's weird.
Right. And to her credit, Carol stood up to him.
Yeah, because he really couldn't do anything. He was
Right. Plus, she'd just get Shane over there.
Yeah, you had to beat him again. So then Amy goes off to pee, and the zombies attack.
No, we missed the second most annoying scene in Walking Dead history.
Oh, that's right, the campfire
The campfire
scene.
chat with Dale talking about that damn watch.
The
that
ass
he
watch.
carried in his ass
Yep.
for 5 years in Vietnam.
Yep. I don't have much to say about this. It was pretty it wasn't anything to me.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's like as many. So this is the first time the kind of survivors get a chance to kick back and not be fleeing for their lives or dealing with danger. So they have this fun, and then of course, the zombies attack.
Yeah.
You think they learned a lesson, but this is something to a kind of theme I see that the survivors get comfortable and they just start fucking off.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they do this over and over again. It's kind of annoying.
I think that's the natural reaction to feeling safe, to feeling comfortable.
Do you think this show will ever move away from that, to where they'll have lost their humanity so much that they're like Tom Hanks in Year 5 of Castaway,
Maybe.
where
That'd be
he's
cool.
just standing there half naked, not even bother cooking crab anymore?
Well, it'll take him 100 seasons to get there because it's moving at a pretty slow rate.
Yeah, I want him to see Daryl just catch a squirrel with his bare hands and not even bother to clean it. Just
Just catch it with his mouth.
no better than the zombies he kills.
but put make his mouth into a mouse trap.
All right.
Just put cheese on his tongue. Wait for the squirrel to
Yeah.
come up and just bite
Snap.
it.
Can we talk about Lori Holden for a minute?
Sure. What do you have to say about Lori Holden?
Look at her. That's a beautiful woman,
That's an
right?
attractive lady. Yes, it is.
You would not kick her out of bed.
Certainly not.
There's one more recent from the Walking Dead era. She's, again, still a perfectly
looking
attractive woman.
very attractive.
What the fuck happens to her when this happens? Like if she's mildly amused or showing no emotion, beautiful woman.
Sure.
The second she starts showing any kind of emotion, I'm showing Jim a picture, a still frame of her crying over Amy here.
Yeah.
That is not recognizably human.
No, that's some sort of alien life form.
That it looks like Louis Gossett Jr. from Enemy Mine. Here,
I haven't seen that, but it sounds messed up.
This is bad. I don't see how it's the same woman. It's like she transforms.
I don't know, man, and it's definitely a running thread in the series. She does it a lot.
Yeah, it's anger or sadness on this woman.
Yeah,
Does something vicious and ugly and unnatural to her face. She cries uglier than John Hamm, people.
I've never seen John Hamm cry.
Google John Hamm cry. You'll see.
All right, I'll do that.
So anyway, this ugliness provokes Jim in remembering his dream, which was he needed to dig all those holes for all these bodies that they have.
See, I thought you were talking about me. This is very confusing, having a character on the show named Jim.
Right.
Yeah, very confusing.
so-
like my dream. I noticed that Shane was protecting the women and the children, which was kind of cool. He had
in
Lori and
particular,
Carol behind him.
and particularly Lori and
Yeah.
Carl. Did you also notice that we saw a lot of new faces in this episode?
Yeah, yeah.
Particularly to kill them off. Like the only survivor of note that got bit was Amy. Everybody else was just like, who the hell's that guy? We saw this guy for the first time this episode. Here's some black dude that's getting the ribs ate off of him.
Yep.
I mean, it's like that was
Ed got eaten.
Oh, true.
That's right. He's
But
he's a huge asshole, but he's still a character.
Amy, extra.
Yeah, read all about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the cavalry arrives and puts down all the zombies. I think Jim and Shane had it under control, honestly. I mean, there were like 40 zombies, but they could have taken them.
Do you really think so?
No.
Okay, I think they needed the guns.
Yeah. So they come to the rescue and put down all the zombies, and then we see Amy dying while Andrea's crying. And apparently Jim dreamed all this.
Nah. I mean, that was her womanly crying voice.
Yeah, that was pretty horrible.
The thing is it took away the sadness to me, the fact that I didn't really care much about these characters, and I was so annoyed from the cold open with them in the boat that I don't know.
Yeah. There was kind of a theme running through this with fathers, though, if you think back to that first scene, and then Dale with his dad and the watch. And I'm wondering what they were trying to do with that.
Jim didn't protect his
no, that was his wife and his kid, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, but he's a father. So it's like you've got these fathers and their legacies. Is that what you're...
No, I was just questioning if that was kind of... if they were doing anything with that, or it was just a coincidence.
I know, and I was going with that. I was like saying, is that what they're going for?
I don't know. No idea.
So...
I don't see any connection.
It's not a bad hypothesis.
Sure.
Anyway.
And that's it. That's the end of the episode.
And all the grandfathers and grandmothers at the
tons of them.
Nursing home, the Vatos nursing home.
Yeah.
Vatos Valley.
Yep.
All right. That's all I got to say about this episode.
Me too. So you want to do an outro, and then maybe we'll go into some spoilers after the music?
If you would like to keep up with what Jim and I are doing over at the Bald Move Empire, you can go to see all of our podcasts, all of our articles at baldmove.com. You can also send us feedback at watchingdead@baldmove.com. Our Facebook fan site is located at facebook.com/baldmove, and you can tweet at Jim at Twitter at baldmove. So if you want to share links or like us to keep track of when our podcasts drop, support us two main ways. First, by leaving us 5-star reviews on iTunes and subscribing, because those things boost our iTunes traffic and get more people exposed to our show, and we appreciate that. And you also contribute to us materially by using our Amazon affiliate link at amazon.baldmove.com. Again, It's not like they're charging you 5% more for doing that. You get the same great shipping prices, same great Amazon prices, same great deals of the day. Just we get a few pennies thrown our way each time we refer someone to that site. So again, amazon.baldmove.com. We'd appreciate it.
Definitely, and that is it for the non-spoiler section. Stick with us through the music if you want to hear the rest. And until next time, I'm Jim.
And I'm Aaron.
And we're back with the spoiler section. Do you have any spoilers to talk about this
Spoiler
time?
section where we let our hair down.
Yeah, we just get pretty loose here.
It's not quite so uptight and starched shirt as our main review. So I thought, as I was taking notes in this episode, Jim, that there was a lot of foreshadowing character traits. And some of it that we've seen paid off, which makes me think that some of the other stuff we will see pay off. For example...
Yeah.
We haven't seen Merle yet. Mm-hmm. In fact, let's start there. Do you think Merle took the truck?
Yeah.
Why did Merle not go back to the camp to, fuck shit up?
I don't know. That does not make any sense to me. Because he certainly knew the camp was there.
He could have gone back and just said, well, because I guess, it'd be him against the whole group and they have weapons. I think it seems like he could think up of a story about, why he was the only one to return. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Maybe he just didn't see. I mean, I just thought...
Well, he's got to assume that since they're not in that shop anymore, that they've gone back to camp, right?
I would think, yeah.
And certainly they've told the group why Merle wasn't back.
Right.
And what happened with him. So maybe he figured that they spun the story in their favor and that he was going to be the bad guy if he went back to camp.
Well, I think he would assume he's the bad guy anyway. But when what do you think his mental process was when he came across their truck? Like, oh, they came back for me? Or, maybe he thought they never made it out and they got ate by zombies and this truck out on the outskirts of town is the proof.
Maybe. I don't know.
Or wait a second, he doesn't know anything about that box truck. Because they stole that after they left him on the roof. That box truck is new to the camp.
That's right. Yeah. So he just took some random truck, but why would he walk all the way out there to take a random truck?
Maybe that's just the best way out of the city. It seems like that's the way the group got in and out. He'd be the most familiar with it. So then he's like, he sees this truck and is like, oh, free truck.
So maybe he was going to walk back to camp like they did?
I don't know that he was I just see if he wanted to get back to camp, he would have gone to camp.
Yeah.
Why did he not go back to camp? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
I don't know. We don't know yet. We're a season and a half in.
One thing that kind of shadows it is Daryl says nobody can kill Merle but Merle. Mm-hmm. Do you think that will be significant? Like, do you think he's going to come back? I mean, a lot of people have speculated that he's going to come back as like this governor role, which I know you haven't gotten that far in the comics. But, where I wonder if that will be foreshadowing is that he has pretty much the group beaten and enslaved, and somehow his own ignorance or drug use or paranoia will do himself in.
Yeah.
Do you think that's foreshadowing and thought that far ahead, or am I reading too much into this?
I think it'd be pretty cool if they did that. I mean, I'd certainly like to see him come back as the governor.
Right. But I also thought, like, when, Jim accuses Shane after he takes a shovel, like, this is just what you do to people. Mm-hmm. Anyone that gets in your way, you basically beat up and destroy. That is an accurate depiction of Shane.
Yeah.
Like, who the man, like, so apparently...
He does it to Otis. He does it to Ed. Ed wasn't even in his way. Ed was just a victim of his rage.
Right. And then, Dale gets taken to man. I mean, the only reason Dale's still breathing at the end of season 2.0 is that Shane didn't have to kill him.
Yeah. He stepped out of the way.
Yeah.
Is what he did.
Which I really think that he's going to kill someone in the group before the end of season 2.5.
Possibly. That would be pretty dramatic. The other spoiler that I had is we said earlier that only Ed and Amy get bit here. Obviously, we know that's not true.
Right.
Jim is bit as well, but they don't make mention of it this episode.
I kind of thought in retrospect that they definitely showed him kind of grabbing at his stomach.
Yeah.
And, you know, I kind of got the impression the second time through that maybe we are supposed to at least see evidence that he got bit in this scene.
Yeah, I didn't notice that either time that I watched it, first time or second time through. So,
Right.
Yeah, he's definitely bit. That's really all I think I've got for spoilers. Unless you've got anything else.
Did you think when they ended this that they were going to do what they eventually do with Amy coming back from the dead? A spoiler, in the next episode, Lori basically waits for her to wake back up.
Yeah.
So she can say some things to her, and it's ridiculous. But it's very creepy.
I could not have thought of that because I thought it was so dumb of her to do that.
Right.
Like, I understand why she did it.
Yeah, sure.
And why the writers made her do it, but I wouldn't have thought of that because it was just dumb.
Right.
It's just, you don't do that if you want to live.
But I will have to say that the scene is incredibly tense.
Oh, yeah, yeah. And
it's kind of cool to see someone come back from the dead. We might never see that again in the whole series.
Yeah, that very close personal view of someone who we should care about. Of course, we didn't at the time. Now, I am a little more appreciative of the relationship because we've gotten to know Lori so much more. Or, I'm sorry, not Lori. Andrea so much more.
Really?
Yeah. I'm
but I hate
a little bit more
what
sympathetic to her.
What I know of Andrea makes me hate her.
Yeah, but all of this is her journey to becoming a badass, like getting detached from it all, and just turning into what she needs to turn into in this world.